Hi Bellas, hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi guys, my name is Sharonoraa. Do not make this the last time of you guys seeing my face. Before we get into it, it is Sunday. We grew up in an African house. Sunday lunch is basically the time where we cook up something. It's nice, like you're coming back from church and then you're going straight to your tummy. So today we are going to be cooking a quick jollof rice recipe. I'm gonna be creating the dishes and I'm gonna be sharing with you guys just in case you tuned in to watch. Let's make this recipe. So the first ingredients obviously is tomato paste. Then we have curry powder. We also have bay leaf. We have thyme. We have white pepper. We have rosemary. I feel like most people do not use rosemary in their jollof, but honestly, I feel like I really love the taste that actually comes out when I use this. I have cumin here, or cumin. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but this is gonna be used at the ending of the whole prep, just to add that smoky flavor. Just a little bit. You don't want to add too much. You're gonna wreck the food. And of course, we have the famous paprika. Paprika is here. In today's jollof, I would not be using cayenne. I'm gonna be blending fresh pepper and just adding it just for that hot kick. And of course, last but not the least, we have general seasoning. Yes, we have our salt. So without wasting much time, let's get into it. I also have the chicken stock. Okay, so right now we are done listing all the ingredients we're going to be using to make the jollof, and I'm just going to be proceeding to washing the rice and parboiling it. I usually like my jollof rice being parboiled already so that when I make the base of the jollof and I'm just transferring the rice into it, it's not soggy. Okay guys, so basically I have finished washing the rice and I'm gonna be leaving it to boil for, I would just say 15 minutes, because I don't want it to boil too much also, and then it becomes soggy before it even has a chance to soak up the sauce. Guys, if you're watching this and you're seeing me look away, that is because I'm trying to avoid not crying, which I actually think it's not doing a good job. You all know the drill about onions and tears, but it just shows the more tears you absorb, the sweeter the onions, the better the food is gonna be. So remember when I told you guys, I'm gonna be showing you guys the rice right now that it's almost done from the parboiling phase. I don't know if you guys could see, but basically this is the rice right now. It's just a fine line of like not soft, but you could also tell that it is not hard, but definitely you wouldn't want to eat this. You still want to. Yes, I have my colander here, so I'm basically just going to be transferring the rice into this, and this would also help to drain any excess water that might have sieved in. And you could use groundnut oil, or if you want to be very healthy, you could also go ahead and use olive oil, but I add a little bit of oil so that I would then add butter to this. I usually add butter to my jollof just to give it a nicer texture. So we kind of keep stirring up until all the onions, you can see guys, the onions is still purple, but we stir up until all the onions actually bleach. I usually like to call this the bleaching process. You want to make sure the onions start looking transparent, and then you could then proceed to adding your other ingredients. Once you start seeing it's transparent and not purple, you know it's bleaching. But you also have to be very careful. You don't want to like fry your onions too much and then it starts burning. Just a very light bleached color is perfect. Okay y'all, so the next thing I'm gonna do, the onions is already bleached, and I'm gonna proceed to grating just a little bit of garlic into this. If you have ginger, you could also add it to that, because it just adds to like the taste. It gives it that kick, you know. And just a little bit, so you don't want to add too much and then it screws the flavor. Okay y'all, so I'm gonna be adding my paste now, and I'm gonna be using all just because I'm making a very good amount of jollof. But the aim also, we want to bleach the paste. Okay guys, so I basically added the tomato paste into the pot. Now I'm gonna be doing a variation. This is 2 peppers, atarodo, hot peppers, bell peppers, but it's hot. Basically hot peppers from Walmart, no frills, any place. Basically 2 is enough to do the trick. And I'm gonna be adding, this is kind of just leftovers, but you could use 2 of this. You have some bell peppers, you have a tomato, and I'm just gonna be using the white onions. I'm gonna blend everything together, and I'm gonna throw it back into the pot. Okay guys, so we kind of have our mix here. So this is what the pot looks like right now, and this is basically just the paste. I'm gonna quickly add into the sauce just to mix it up together. Okay guys, so we basically added our tomato paste. We've also added our blended pepper, onions, atarodo, hot pepper, and now we're gonna proceed to adding all the spices. So I'm gonna start with my thyme. And y'all, don't ask me the measurements of this. Like I said, you need to use your eyes to measure it and hope, you know, the ancestors are in your favor. I'm gonna add just a little bit too, based on... Okay guys, so we basically added rosemary, not thyme, but we've knocked that out. And then I'm gonna be adding the thyme. I feel like the thyme is one of my favorite recipes. I add it in jollof, I add it in fried rice. I think it's actually a staple though. But it actually has this, I think it has this like bitter or sandy smell to it. I just really like it in my jollof. I feel like it has that kick. But like I said, it's a staple. But we've added our thyme, we've added our rosemary, and I'm gonna stir, leave it for a bit, and then I'm gonna proceed to add in the curry. So next, I'm gonna be adding the curry, basically just a teaspoon. It's not fried rice we're cooking, so you don't wanna add too much of curry. Might even make it less. Like I said, I didn't use all. I'm gonna be putting it back. It's just to add to the taste, basically. Okay guys, so now we're gonna be adding the white pepper. Just a little bit, still for the taste. And for the bay leaves, honestly, I'm just gonna be adding 2. I really do not like a lot of bay leaves in my jollof because when I'm dishing it, I don't want to be seeing the leaves on the plates. So I'm basically just adding 2 to still add to the spice. Basically just 2 of this. And now I'm going to be adding a little bit of paprika. I'm just going to be adding a little bit of salt. You could actually do a pinch, but I do not want to pinch anything. So I'm just adding a little bit. And now we're going to be adding the kicker. Y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I love Maggi. I love my seasoning cubes. I don't know negotiate with it, but not too much, because you also don't want it to start tasting like it's just Maggi you're eating. You want that perfect combination of all the flavors joined and simmered together. Okay, also at this phase, we've added all our seasoning cubes, and we've actually also let it sit for like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes max. That is fine. And we're gonna proceed to adding in our chicken stock. Now when you're adding the chicken stock, you're actually allowed to correct and fix. You do not want to add too much of the stock because remember we already parboiled the rice and the rice is already not hard. So basically we just add a little bit. We throw in the amount of rice we want to cook into the sauce. And then if it's swallowing it up, you're still allowed to just add more sauce to it to actually make sure it fills and it could actually soak in well. Okay, y'all, I don't know if you guys are seeing, but the pot has started bubbling in. So this is how it's gonna show, and then you're gonna know like, okay, yeah, my cue is happening. Like you need to start adding the rice in, but it's gonna keep bubbling in, and then we're gonna throw in. Okay, Bellas, so I'm gonna be adding the rice into the pot now. And keep in mind, I don't know if you guys could see, but I'm actually using a spoon, scooping the rice and gradually putting in, as compared to just pouring all the rice from the colander into the pot. This is because of like, if I end up pouring all the rice in, I didn't measure, like I said, there's a trick of measuring, I know, but if I end up pouring all the rice in, there could be a situation where the rice is too much for the sauce and then your jollof just becomes bland or like, you know, it becomes hard and then you start trying to save it. So normally I would basically just keep adding, and when I add, I'm also gonna be mixing in the rice. So the stock is basically soaking it up. Okay guys, so basically this is what the food is beginning to look like. You don't want to stir too much, but I'm also letting the base have a little bit of burn to give it that smoky effect. Okay guys, so our jollof is almost ready. Right now, we've already started the fire and we're gonna put the jollof in a pan just to give it a smoky effect, and then we're gonna let it sit for a little bit. Okay, Bellas, we've officially come to the end of this vlog. I hope y'all cooked with me. Let me know what you think about the recipe. Let me know if you're gonna try the recipe. Let me know if you tried the recipe and it came out as good as expected. The jollof is as smoky as it gets, and I'm gonna go fill up my tummy now. But till next time, bye guys. And if you stayed to the end of this video, you saw this recipe, please become a Bella, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.